third final movie is gonna be Heat, directed by Michael Mann, and this movie was highly acclaimed. And my thoughts on it, well, I watched this two times. The first time I watched it, I have to be honest, I was a little bit let down. And don't before you start flaming. The only reason why I felt let down is probably because I put too high of an expectation on the movie. Like I instantly thought it was gonna be this is gonna be the most amazing crime movie I've ever seen, and that's a bad attitude that you could bring into watching a movie because you're just gonna be let down. Second time I watch it with no expectations, and I actually liked it a lot better. And the reason why I think I liked it a lot better is because the whole feel of the movie, like, for some reason, it's supposed to feel like a crime movie, but it feels more like a film noir, or it feels more like an artsy type movie where it's like have you ever watched Lost in Translation where the main characters are have you feel like a sense of loneliness with these two characters in Lost in Translation where they feel isolated at their surroundings, at how they live their lives. Like you feel that with this kind of movie, with the two main characters, because we have Robert De Niro's character who he blatantly states that he feels lonely and he's not too happy with his life, and then you have Al Pacino's character whose life is kind of a mess. Like he doesn't say he's lonely, but he's kind of depressed about his life. I mean, the whole like atmosphere, like atmosphere, the music, and just how the movie feels. It feels like Lost in Translation, but with violence. And um, you can also see this is you can also see this as a film noir because like it just has a very darkish, lonely feeling to it. Like I can't really explain it that well. It's just the movie feels like the movie feels like a film noir. Like I really can't put it any other way. So besides that, the movie's other good aspects, the acting's very good. I mean, like some parts a little, sometimes the acting's a little bit weird. I'm not gonna say they're bad acting, but there are just some weird moments, like especially from Al Pacino. But it's Al Pacino being Al Pacino, so you can excuse him for that. The acting's good. The like I said, the atmosphere's good. The storytelling's good. I mean, honestly, the I was so immersed in the story that I looked at the clock. I looked at the clock once. I turned to watch the movie. I looked at the clock again, and 10 minutes had passed, and I felt like this movie that so much had happened in like 10 minutes. Like the plot progresses actually pretty good in this, and it's intense. And the action scenes, like this is the thing that most people remember about this. And the reason why it's one of the greatest action scenes ever is because it's not because they do like amazing stunts or like they jump off shit and stuff. It's amazing because you feel like this could actually happen. Like there's no music. Like I'm talking about the shootout scene. There's no music, and all you hear is like gunfire and people screaming, and they're not shooting like how they do in typical action movies where they just shoot and they hit something. They actually like they shoot like real people. They shoot in controlled bursts. They run. They give cover fire. They every sometimes they hit. Most of the times they don't. I mean, you feel like this can actually happen, and it makes it one of the better action scenes in cinema because of that. So, and one more thing to comment on, um, the ending scene of this movie, I have to say, is one of the best scenes ever filmed. One of the best I've ever seen, because it is one of the few moments that I've ever experienced where either either if the villain or hero wins in the end, I don't care because like at that point I would have accepted a, a victory between Al Pacino or Robert De Niro. I mean, their characters were built up so good that honestly, in the end, you don't know who to root for. Like you know you have to root for Al Pacino. He's the good guy, but they're just their characters are so good that it was that one point I honestly didn't care who would win. I would have accepted if Al Pacino got shot in the end, honestly. And that is why it's one of the best scenes because when can you think of a scene where a time where you would have accepted a victory from either guy? Like it's actually kind of hard to when you think about it. So now I'm just rambling. So overall, Heat, very good movie. Um, don't go into this expecting that it's gonna be a straight up action movie. It is not. It's more it's more on the story than it is on the action. And yeah, I mean, I mentioned Lost in Translation. It's not exactly like Lost in Translation. Like the feel is similar, but not it's not totally like Lost in Translation. So don't watch this and watch Lost in Translation and think, oh, it's gonna feel the same. No, it's kinda. It's similar a little bit. So yeah, that's all I have to say about Heat.